this is Miss Jackie, and I'm going to explain how to use a core board. Um, so I may have sent you one that looks like this. It has all 35 pictures on it. It's a pretty full board. I may have sent you something like this. It only has 4 pictures on it. I also have some that are in between, so if you try it out and you think maybe you need fewer or more icons on there, then you can just let me know. So these aren't exactly the communication boards that we might have been using with your child, but something is better than nothing, and we're just working with what we got here. So we're going to try to make it work. So for those of you who have a communication device, this is still applicable to you. You can just apply what I say to your device. So if you watch some of my other videos, I talked a lot about how important our visuals are for our kiddos. So it can really help with their understanding and their expression. I'm going to focus in this video on the expressive side of things because that's what we're really hoping for when we use these core boards with our kids. We want them to communicate more effectively. So the words on the board are what we call core words. So those are really powerful, frequently used words that you can target across contexts, whether it's at mealtime or during play or while you're reading a book. So these words are really important. They're words that we can use throughout the day, all the time, and our kids can use them all the time. So what you're going to want to do is print it out or pull it up like on a tablet. You just want it to be readily available to you. And the most important part of this strategy is going to be your role as facilitator. So you're going to have it, next to you, in front of you, whenever you're doing your activity. And what you're going to do is model. You're going to model, and then model some more. Some of our kids are really familiar with these kinds of boards. Even if it's not the same one, they're familiar with something like it. And so you might be able to model like 3 words and icons, and they might be able to imitate you. And then some of our other kids, not so much. They might not even notice that you're using it. And that's why we need to model a lot, like all the time, because eventually it's going to register with them. So like I talked about in my other video about language strategies, I talked about modeling a lot. So you want to model exactly what you want the child to say or do, and you want to meet that child at their level. So if your child is minimally verbal and completely unfamiliar with a board, or at least using one at home, you might be modeling just one word. So you might just be saying want. So every time you say, I want cookies, or I want a crayon, or I want the car, and you, the parent, are going to have this in front of you, and you're going to point to every time that you say it. Oh, you want the car. Oh, okay, I want the blue one. Oh, I want another cookie. And then right after you're pointing to it, you're giving them, what they want, so that you can give that reinforcement. Oh, when I say want, then I get it. So if you're working with a child who is talking a lot, you might be able to do, I want help. And they might be able to do, I want help. Okay? So when you're modeling, you do not have to point at every single word that you say, okay? Because it might take you a long time to kind of figure out where things are, and then you've lost them and they're not paying attention anymore. So maybe and also it might not be on here because it might not be a core word. So maybe you're saying, I want cookies, I want blue car, and that's okay. So what I suggest while you are thinking about how to use this is um, either picking a couple of words that you're going to really target throughout the day. So maybe um, the words want, the words help, all done. Those are pretty common words that you can use with all activities. So maybe you pick those three words and then you're just modeling those three words and icons all day long. Or maybe you are just picking an activity to do. So, okay, we're going to do Play-Doh and this is the time that I'm going to work on the core board. So you have your Play-Doh out, you take the core board, you have it out, and you pick a couple of words that you're going to target during that activity, and then you're just really focused on getting as many opportunities to model and giving them opportunities to imitate or do it spontaneously. That would be awesome too. So let's see. If you are modeling, you want to, show them. So model exactly what you want them to say. I want cookies. And then after you model, you want to stop and just look at them expectantly so that they know it's their turn. So it's your turn to imitate. So I want cookies. And then the expectation is that they'll say, I want cookies. It's okay if they don't. You just want to give them the opportunity to, okay? And then again, ideally you would be using this throughout the day, across activities, across your routines, but that just might not be realistic for you. And so maybe you're just picking one activity and a couple of words and really targeting those hard for like 15 minutes, 30 minutes, however long your child can tolerate it. So that is the short and easy version of how to use a core word board. If you have any questions about it, please let me know.